If you've never bought gold or you don't have enough gold coins, then this video is for you. With inflation eroding your spending power and the cost of living making it harder and harder to save money, owning physical gold coins is a great way for you to take personal responsibility and maintain the wealth of your household. Let's begin. If I tell this joke, my wife is going to be so mad at me. So I was working on a project on my computer over the weekend, and my wife walks up to me and says, "Excuse me, where's the money in the checking account? I don't see any money." And I say, "Oh, sorry, we just got paid. I paid ourselves first by buying some silver and gold as a form of long-term savings, and then I paid a couple of the big bills. But we'll have more money in a couple of weeks when I get paid again." And so I go back to my work and I hear a voice saying, "Hello, hello." And I turn and look, and it's my wife again saying, "Where's the money? Do you got any money?" And I say, "No, we're fresh out of money. But in 2 weeks, we'll have another payday and we can pay the small bills and then we'll have some disposable income to spend." A couple of minutes later, she comes back kind of right in my face and says, "How come I can't find any money?" And I say, "Honey, can you do me a favor?" And she says, "What?" I say, "Humor me. How do you spell cat, as in catastrophic?" And she says, C-A-T. And then I say, "How do you spell dog, as in dogmatic?" And she says, D-O-G. And then I say, "How do you spell uck, like in money?" And then she says, "There's no uck in money." And I say, "What have I been trying to tell you?" When you get paid, you pay your bills, and there's no uck in money. Maybe gold is what your savings is looking for. So I like to spend just like my wife, and I'm just joking when I say, "How come I can't find any money?" But seriously, when it comes to your savings, I've had $60 in my checking account and $60,000 in my checking account. And believe me, the $60 lasts longer. What makes a good way to hold your savings? One, it should be safe and liquid. That is what a checking account is, or even a savings account. But if you call an ATM a money machine, it may be a little too easy to press a button and put more cash into your hand. So maybe a good savings plan is a lockbox, like a certificate of deposit, a CD, where you can't touch it for a few months or a couple of years. It's harder to pull your savings out. There's rules. So you could get some growth in the value of a CD, but maybe you want a higher rate of return or something that will truly increase in value or maintain your wealth, even keep up with inflation. Maybe that would be a treasury bond or even an investment. But at the intersection of safe, liquid, lockbox, and maintains your wealth by increasing its value is gold. You can always sell your gold to convert it back to dollars, but it is a little sticky. There is significantly more friction in gold than an ATM money machine. If you've never bought gold, here are some pointers, but stay until the very end for a real-world example to reinforce that it works for all three of these. There's a spot price for gold, and it's not a straight line up. It'll go up and down, but over a long enough timeline, it does go up. But can it keep up with inflation or do even better? When buying gold coins, there's a premium in buying gold that exceeds the price of the spot price, such that a full ounce gold coin is, say, a 5% premium over the spot price, but 2 half-ounce gold coins would cost you more. And 4 1/4 ounce gold coins would cost even more, but 10 1/10 ounce gold coins would cost you the most. But coming up next, the best gold to buy. Welcome to Silver Heist. Thank you to our returning subscribers and guests. If you like gold, silver, or a coin with a good story, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for great future content. Like this video with over 108,000 views, you may be a better silver and gold stacker than you think. More on this later. I've been a repeat buyer of all these gold coin sizes and chose to focus on my hometown coin, the US Gold Eagle. Because I come from the US, that is the coin that comes in multiple sizes. And even though some gold coins from other governments are 99.99% pure gold, getting a gold coin that is from my country, even if it's 22K or 91.67% pure, that's worth it to me. US coins will just be a little bit more popular in the US when it comes time to sell. The 22K gold coins are sturdier to store and to stack. A 1 ounce gold eagle will have a full ounce of gold in it, but will have some other metals in it such as silver or copper. So 1 ounce US gold coin and a 1 ounce Canadian gold coin will each contain an ounce of gold, but physically the US coin will weigh more. So in 2019, on 2 occasions, I bought a ½ ounce US gold coin, a gold eagle. In June 2019, I paid $750. And later in the year, in October 2019, with the spot price of gold a little higher, I paid $800. Then 6 months later, I bought a full ounce gold coin for $1,854. So while some may say that it makes sense to save up and get a bigger coin that carries a much smaller premium, in this case, it was better to buy the biggest coin you can afford at that time and to buy early. 2 ½ ounce gold coins spread over time ended up being less expensive at $1,554 than a full ounce gold coin 6 months later, which was bought for $1,834. If spot price is moving up, it may make more sense to buy something smaller and repeat than to wait. I'm repeat buying 1/4 ounce gold coins now after I repeat bought these 1/10 ounce gold coins and filled this tube. A few years ago, after I paid off my car loan early, I earmarked the $230 former car payment budget to a 1/10 ounce gold coin purchase a month. Instead of 25 monthly car payments, I made 25 monthly gold payments to myself, and now I'm holding 2½ ounces of gold, or $7,500 worth of gold that fit in my pocket. With inflation running higher and higher starting in 2020 until now, how much money would you need today to equal the spending power of that $755 I paid for the ½ ounce gold coin back in 2019? Well, you'd need $939 in spending power. And then for the next coin, I spent $800 on that gold item, but instead of saving, what if I spent that $800 in stuff in 2019? How much would I need today to buy that same stuff? And then the same for my 1 ounce gold coin. If over that period I spent $3,388 in the form of gold savings, I would need $4,199 in savings to give me the same spending power I had then. If I had bought a CD or put money into a savings account, do you think $3,300 would have grown to $4,199? I don't think so. Banks might pay a little interest, but not that much interest to savers. So did gold maintain my wealth? Are my 2 ounces of gold keeping up with inflation? At $3,023 an ounce, my 2 ounces of gold bought in 2019 and 2020 are now worth $6,046. Significantly more than the $4,199 needed to keep up with inflation, and significantly more than the $3,388 I paid. My blended increase in value of my 3 coins or 2 ounces of gold are up 78% in that 5 or 6 year time frame. That is a good return. So my gold coins were safe, they're liquid, but stored in a lockbox, so there's more friction if you did choose to spend your savings. And they very much kept up with inflation by maintaining my wealth and then some. And I bet anyone else watching this video who bought gold in the same time frame would have very similar results. If you want to know the 7 signs that you may be a better gold and silver stacker than you think, you're going to want to watch this video next.